Hey guys, today we want to talk about 6 scripting techniques that I think will really help you when you're implementing your scripts, making your calls, emails, texts, what have you, even videos.
Welcome to the Our Team Podcast, powered by eXp Realty. Are you an agent looking to level up? Are you someone looking to buy or sell real estate? Fantastic. This is the show for you.
Hey guys, thank you for joining us here on the Our Team Podcast. I'm Brian Auer, and I've been having a lot of fun doing these. I really appreciate all the texts and the calls and the just the communication that's been kind of happening between my team and myself and you guys that are listening, whether it's on YouTube, Facebook Live, various different places that we've got this going. It has been a lot of fun. Really didn't think it was going to be anything except for just a little bit of content, but it's really taken off to be something really special, and I'm glad you're here with us today. So I want to talk about something that is more technique-oriented, not so much scripts. We talk a lot about scripts on our team. We just did a podcast with Steph Winter, who's really good at scripts. So we talk about that a lot. New scripts to use, tweaking our scripts, those kinds of things for phone calls, for belly-to-belly, in-person conversations with prospects. And I want to steer away from that for just a little bit and talk more about scripting techniques. So it's not going to so much be about scripts, but I want to talk about some techniques that will help you, if you implement them, to just help you with all of your scripts. So let's just jump right into it. The first thing I would like to say is you want to make sure that you avoid communication conflicts. So let's just start there. If you're communicating with email and you're using scripts in your campaigns and you're communicating via email, and they're coming back to you at email, then keep the communication going in email. Because if somebody's sending you an email and then you're texting them back an answer, that can be a communication conflict that can cause issues, right? The last thing you want to do when you're in that sales environment is cause any confusion or issues. So if they're texting you, keep it in a text. If they're calling you, then keep it in a call. It's a good way to make sure you're meeting them where they're at, okay? So don't want to beat a dead horse there, but just avoid those kind of conflicts. The second thing is make sure that you're coming from a real place of familiarity, and I know that there's a lot of different ways you can do that, to build rapport. But I think when you're on the phone, especially, this is really more of a phone thing, and you're using scripts. You want to avoid sounding like you're not familiar with what they're asking or what the process is. You want to come across really strong. I mean, if like for example, instead of saying "Hi, is this Devin?" Asking them that question to start off, you want to be that person that just says, "Hi, Devin. This is Brian with the Our Team. I saw you were looking at some properties on my website. Wanted to reach out to make sure that you found what you were looking for, or maybe you need some help navigating on my site." Right? That sounds a lot better than, "Hi, Devin," right? Come from a place of familiarity and strength, right? That strong opener is really, really important when you're using your scripts. Another one is never ask, "How are you?" And I know that sounds kind of mean and heartless, but let's be honest. Do you really care how they are? I mean, really? They know you don't care when you ask that. It's like a filler word these days, right? We say a lot. We say like a lot when we're talking. Asking somebody how they are is just kind of like an awkward filler. It is. It's awkward. It's disingenuous. It destroys the flow of the conversation. And quite honestly, when you do it, you relinquish control of the conversation. So don't waste your first impression with asking, "How are you?" Hopefully that makes some sense. If you've been on the call and you've been doing using a lot of scripts, you'll notice that when you start off a conversation with how you doing today or something like that, it really does just put a halt to the flow. You want to really cling to things that are exciting, because that's really going to help you build rapport when you're using a script. It's okay to go off the script. If somebody says, I'm looking for a new house because we just had a baby, don't just say, okay, that's cool. How many rooms do you need? Right? You're squandering an opportunity to build some rapport with this person by saying, oh my gosh, that's fantastic. Is this your first child? Oh, how many kids do you have? I mean, it's a great time to tell them that you have 3 kids or whatever. Just engage in a conversation. Maybe they say, we're looking to move into the area because we just got married, or I'm starting a new job. Talk about those things. Don't brush past them, because if you're so focused on the script, then you're going to miss out on opportunity to build rapport. So just really celebrate with them on the phone. It's okay to move away from that. And sometimes you'll find that people will give you a lot more information if you ask them to tell you more. That's just something that we practice a lot on our team when we're having conversations with people. So if you're going to cling to something that you hear that's exciting that they say, you can literally say, oh, that's fantastic, tell me more. Because maybe you don't have anything to really add to it. Ask them to tell you more, and then they will definitely tell you more. It's a great way to build rapport. The next thing is, if something weird happens on the phone, let's say you're having a conversation, you're using a script, and you're not really understanding where they're coming from, or things just got really wonky, right? It's okay to be honest with them and just say, "Hey, can we stop for a second? I'm a little bit confused. You said this, but I think you meant this, or maybe you messed up on their name, right? Or something, you really can't pronounce it." It's okay to be honest, and if something weird happens, lean into it a little bit. Be real, right? So, again, that also will help you build rapport. You are a real person. You're not just a robot using AI and scripts, right? So, something weird happens, again, just lean into it and address it. Break the script. It's okay. This next one is something that is really, really important to try to implement. And if you do, you're going to win a lot of conversations. It's called the hard pause. And I heard a bunch of people chatting about this one. I've heard Tom Ferry talk about this. I've heard a lot of coaches talk about this one. A lot of really good, I think even Tom Toole talked about this. The hard pause is such a good one. To emphasize a point after asking a tough question, it's our natural tendency is to kind of lead them along after you ask the question or something to that effect. Don't do it. Just ask the question and just pause. And when you pause, it should be, a hard pause can literally last up to 8 seconds. And when I told that to the team, one gal on my team, her name's Hannah, she just looked at me like, are you kidding me? A hard pause for 8 seconds, that's like an eternity. It really it is long. Check this out. So if I say, so now that you've listened to the things that I've had to say, when would be a good time for you to, list your home? You want to list, today, or can we list it, get this ball rolling tomorrow? That's a really long pause, right? Or if you're trying to emphasize a point. The whole point about this whole thing is that don't rush after you hit somebody with something that's a little tough in a conversation. Just relax and just pause. Let it unfold. It's going to be awkward, but sometimes you need that awkwardness. So, we have 2 ears and 1 mouth. So pause and listen. If you can master that, because nobody likes uncomfortable silence, they will probably spill the beans. So anyway, give that a try. So again, these 6 scripting techniques: avoid communication conflicts with the customer, come from a place of familiarity, never ask how are you, Try to cling to anything that's exciting to help build rapport. If something weird happens on the call, just call it out, lean in, go with it, and then learn to master the hard pause. So that's all I got for you guys today. I hope you got a little something out of it, and if not, it was free anyway, right?
Hey, wait, before you
We'll catch you
go,
on
would
the
you
next
do
one.
us a favor? If you found any value in this content, would you please like and subscribe to it? Maybe even leave a comment. It really helps us out.